I'm good.
Okay, cool. I'll let them know that we can start whenever.
Wait, what are these teams calling themselves?
Swiftfoot's DD Mercenaries and generic is Sofonda Cox, maybe?
They're actually they're called by their real name this week?
I have no freak. I don't even know
Oh
anymore.
my god.
My internal notes are a mess because I have all the teams tagged, and it's like Sofonda Cox is Sofonda Cox unless it has like North Paw on it, and then it goes by a different name, and then if it doesn't have North Paw on it but has this other player on it, then it's a third name entirely. But if it doesn't have either of those two players involved, it's this other name. And Clueless B slash Dango Ninjas slash High People's putting a whole bunch of symbols in his team name. They have a thing that's like I don't. I look in order to
I
commentate
just
Dominion.
ask them every single
Yeah,
week.
if you want to learn how to commentate Dominion, if you guys want to be a commentator, which in February and March we need a replacement because I will not be available for 8 weeks during that time. And number one thing is you have to be able to have a map and compass to navigate the player and team name changes. So make sure you bring one of those and some knowledge of Dominion and ask DG Gormern about that slot because we're going to need some extra people. Major bonus points if you can stream because I do the streaming, and we're going to need someone that can handle that, doing the overlays and all that sort of stuff.
I just realized this is the first time I've casted Dominion since the summoner icon rework.
Oh,
Revive looks really freaking cool.
yeah, I was having way too much fun with it the first time that I cast with that because I was like showing everyone the icons by capturing them like the screen region and blowing it up all giant.
Yeah, no, it looks okay because Flash looks awful and Barrier looks awful, but Revive
Whoa,
looks really good.
barrier looks amazing. Are you
No,
kidding me?
Barrier looks like Cleanse.
Nah, barrier looks awesome. It's like you're actually blocking something. And
One
then,
time, like the first time that I casted a game, I was like, I'm really confused why both of these AD carries are running Cleanse, and I talked about it for like 2 minutes straight about why it didn't make any sense that they were running Cleanse, and then I realized, oh, that's actually Barrier.
Yeah, I got the blockers up just now. I was editing the title. I got them up now. Thanks. I just need to add the
Oh
chat
man,
bans.
Mike got Lulu. Dude, Lulu is so fun. I played Lulu last night and it was really fun. That's my story. I tell amazing stories. Yeah. Anyway, we're casting a game here. Chat bands were Kazakhs, Cassid, and Wukong, and Nidalee. Bands here Zyra, Jace, Tarek, Timo, Jana, and Leona.
Kaz Kazakh's Wukong Nidalee?
Kazakhs, Wukong, Nidalee.
Okay.
I made up a
those,
song the other day. It goes chase, chase, chase in Italy all around the map. Merrily, 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 merrily. This feels like a trap.
Wow, that's. I expect it to be awful, but that's actually clever.
hmm
A
Thank you.
plus.
Thank
I
you.
thought my hands were gonna cringe, but they
I
didn't.
mean, I still hate singing, but that's. I am approval.
I
I,
actually
I think
approve.
that I think that song is like that song is gonna summarize why you ban Italy for me.
All those Snow Bunny Nid players right now. Oh dear.
There's a lot of them.
But anyway, LeBlanc was first pick there. That's actually a really interesting first pick to go for the LeBlanc. Ezreal and Jarvan. Jarvan and Maokai are like the two champions with like the highest ratio of pick rate to ban rate, where they're never ever ever banned and they're always picked. Jarvan and Maokai. And there's the Maokai. So you can see Maokai lock in. There's actually both Annie and Brand on the side of Sofonda. In addition to Sidrani, I'm not sure if that's going to be a full AP Sidrani or if it's going to be a more standard tank bruiser Sidrani. They have Talon. Talon's a pretty good assassin.
I think
Locking up
pretty
the
good's
Maokai
an
there.
understatement. I think Talon's the most picked assassin that isn't Kassan or Kha'Zix.
Yeah, he might be.
I haven't gotten a chance to get caught up on statistics, unfortunately, though. It's just It was literally a full time job back when I was doing it. And I just like I can't afford to do that and still have a life. But I keep saving the screenshots anyway.
Speaking of having a life, I made more charts for my Sona guide, and they're so pretty. I'm just gonna link in the Twitch chat. I'm gonna link directly to the chart section because they're beautiful. Look at how beautiful these charts are. I'm sorry, I just had to do that.
I will. Hey, no, we get to promote our stuff. That's what we do here. I mean, we do the commentary. We promote our hoo ha. You can find my hoo ha on the internet. YouTube.com/VatoClan. You can check out videos of past Dominion events there in playlists in the playlist section. You may notice that some playlists don't have videos in them, and that's because, well, I haven't gotten around to pulling the Twitch archives and then pulling all the videos out and then editing them back together and stuff for the tournaments that I wasn't actually present for. So you'll still find a playlist for them because, for completion's sake, they have to be in there because then if I make it later, the playlists are all out of order and it's really annoying for the subs and viewers to navigate. So I'd rather there be blank ones than it just skip numbers and then have them be caught up later and be out of order. So you can go check that out. Other people really care about my subscriber numbers, so if you guys want to help me out, click the subscribe button on the Vato Clan YouTube channel. It's very nice. I care about my total views. That's what's important to me. As long as people are watching, I'm happy. But if you want to help give me a little bit more credibility to other people, you click that subscribe button. And this stream that you're on right now has a subscription option. Please follow the stream, guys, because there's more Dominion action that goes on than just what you see here on Saturdays. Other people play during the week. Dominate Gaming's owner, the Feedski, plays some games on here. Sometimes we'll see other streamers on here as well. You can check that out. And if you really like us, you can subscribe. It's only $5. That's all you gotta do is throw down $5, gets you a little chat icon, gets the ability to put Windex bottles in the chat that say "win" on them. It's very cool. And I was so sad my sub lapsed. I haven't gotten a resub because I spent all my money on Christmas presents. So I'm like waiting for my payment from my other casting to go through so I can sub again. I'm just, oh man, it's so nice to be a sub on a channel. The win bottle, it's too good. I talked a lot. It's your guys' turn now.
Alright, so we had a couple swaps over there, and this revive just looks so good. It looks so good. But yeah, it's going to be Brand Annie. Brand Annie is like terror. At least they don't have a Jarvan. If it was Brand Jarvan Annie, I would say GG just from the champion select. But Jarvan's on the other side, and Jarvan and Maokai are both really, really tanky. So Maokai can actually get a lot of MR. Spear Visage is actually really, really good on Maokai if you get that, plus a whole bunch of other tank, and you can survive an Annie Brand burst.
Something I realized about Brand Annie is a lot of times we go into a game and be, oh man, that ult combo is so potent, but you only have to worry about an ult combo, what, once a minute, once every 2 minutes, something like that, once every 90 seconds, just, averages here. But with Annie and Brand, you have to worry about their horrifying combo every, 12 seconds? Or 15 or so?
It's just Annie just incinerates, stuns you,
yeah.
and then Brand
and then Pillar
puts,
right on it.
Yeah. Or he can just, honestly, because Annie's stunned, that means that Brand no longer needs to stun. So Annie puts an incinerate stun, Brand just Qs to one person and then E's that person so everyone's ablaze and then gets the bonus damage on his W. I want to say it's 20% bonus damage if you're already ablaze. It's crazy. It's crazy. Really, really good combo there. And then add that to the fact that you have the fact that you have a Talon Assassin, and you just have so much AoE. Like, the only way that they're gonna be able to deal with this is if they like all build Spirit Visage and at least one Giant Spell item.
Silent, what do you think the odds are of J4 helping, quote unquote? I saw that and I got scared. I mean, he's on the other team. I mean, it's possible.
Well, if Jarvan jumps in, we have the burns coming out, and then we have Wei on that Sejuani that's going to throw. Sejuani's ultimate, it's going to lock people up, so we have like a fire and ice kind of thing going on. and then Jarvan is like the bowl in which that they're gonna lock up everyone, and it's just gonna. I think Jarvan's gonna
Whoa,
help
my game just
100%.
crashed.
Oh, it did?
Just kidding, I fixed it.
Thank you. I appreciate you fixing it.
Well, so it said the program has stopped working, and I was like, oh my god, it broke. And then I said, allow the program to like keep running, and then it worked.
Oh, are you talking about the spectating thing?
I, I'm spectating.
No, no, no. Like it says, like it stopped working, and then you just click something, and then it just works again.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, yeah. I get
a
that
random,
from time to time.
random error. Okay. Well, anyway, if there is one team that can fight the Brand, Annie, Talon, Vi, Sejuani terror composition, it's probably this team. Because the two squishies are, well, I guess Karma sort of counts also, but she can just heal herself for 20% of her missing HP with the Mantra W's, so she's not as squishy. But both Ezreal and LeBlanc have an instant blink, and they're actually both running Flash also. So you have so much mobility on those two champions. Ezreal has his E. If he gets enough CDR, he's going to have that E on effectively about a 5-second cooldown, maybe even a little bit less, because he can throw out the Mystic Shots to reduce the cooldown on his Arcane Shift. So he is going to be really mobile, and that's a blink as opposed to a dash. And then LeBlanc, her W, when she first distorts, that's a dash as opposed to a blink, so it can be interrupted. But then when she goes back, it's actually a blink, so it's actually instant. So both of these champions have a huge ability to dodge a ton of skill shots. Add to that the fact that you have a Karma Mantra E is a huge speed up boost, 60%, 60 or 65%. I want to say 60% at max rank of E. And if she mantras that, it's that much speed boost on absolutely everyone. A decent amount of shield for the entire team also. And then you just have Jarvan and Maokai, who are just super tanks. Maokai is so good at sustaining with his Sap Magic passive. I want to say it's once every 5 spells that are cast around him. His next spell, or his next auto attack heals him for so much. 7% of his max health every 5 spells when he has those auto attacks. And that's going to be a really tanky team, and a really tanky and or mobile team that Sofonda has to deal with.
Yeah, and Maokai actually in this situation against the Brand Annie combo is actually a really good pick in my opinion. Having that Vengeful Maelstrom hit Maokai's ultimate, it's gonna reduce all the damage that's gonna be dealt in the area, which is gonna help significantly to both LeBlanc and Ezreal if giving them enough time to escape as well as not dealing as much damage as possible. And we do have the game being started up and everyone buying their items. And let's go through the teams once again, Ryan.
Alright, so over on the left-hand side, it's going to be DD Mercenaries. It's Raffle Stomp XD on Ezreal, Lucari playing LeBlanc, Man on Jarvan, William Swiftfoot playing Maokai, and rounding out the composition, it is going to be Karma played by Chaos. Over on the other side, it is Sofonda. Sofonda Cox is going to be generic on Brand, DG Nighthawk playing Annie, Rage ZZZ on Talon, Nyx87 playing Vi, and Wei rounding out the composition with Sejuani. This is round 2 of Dominate Dominion number 89. And looks like teams are making their way over the windmill. We have Sejuani and LeBlanc with the captures there on the Drill and Refinery, respectively. Should be a more interesting windmill fight than we had last time, considering that there's going to be a fight at all, without everyone just ghosting top and then the windmill being captured before anyone else can get there. A little bit of damage. LeBlanc actually going in onto Brand, gets silenced a little bit late by Talon. The Ethereal Chains does actually lock up way there for just a sec. Rage is exhausted. Man in the middle of things, in the thick of things, that's where he wants to be, but not quite so much. He's gonna go down William Swiftfoot now, getting down with the out of Brand. Sinister starting with a very short range Q. LeBlanc gonna try to go back onto Brand again. The W back out, but the sauce is still there. And there's the kill. That Seer did not miss. And that is the windmill fight going the way of Sofonda.
Yeah, Sofonda just demonstrating a lot of burst damage from the Brand and the Annie combo, as well as Talon being able to jump around with his cutthroat, as well as landing rake on multiple people. It's just going to deal a lot of slow damage as well as AoE damage. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we have Nyx and Chaos is fighting it out, but here comes Man with the gank, but does not land a knockup onto Nyx and is just going to leave right away.
Yeah, ever since Jarvan had his EQ combo changed so that the Q, or so that the end of it has a little bit smaller of a radius of knockup, definitely a lot harder to land those EQs. And Rage is easy coming in for the flank, gets a silence on the LeBlanc. The break, I think, actually missed there a little bit. LeBlanc does manage to distort away. We'll see if she wants to distort back. No, that's fire, and the great stun there from Annie on all three of them. Ezreal has to flash away, and Talon should have no, doesn't even need his Cutthroat back. EQ out from Jarvan. They did manage to use that time as a distraction to pick up the windmill, and enough revives were available that actually Ezreal has survived, choosing not to use it. Wings goes down, Cutthroat back in, W break across onto Man. There's Seer goes across, Pillar of Flame, that should be killed just past. They're gonna finish it off by LeBlanc coming in after the revive. It's gonna be zoned a little bit by Talon and Sejuani with the recall. And the windmill goes back over to Sofonda.
Yeah, now we do see blue team actually trying to set up a pick potentially onto either Brand or Talon right now, but it doesn't seem like it as Raffle Stomp does walk out of the bush, but Generic able to catch him out really quick. And we do see that he's gonna try and go for the Storm Shield, but is gonna be stopped by Generic's
Yep,
Brand.
volleying
And
the gank onto Chaos is exhausted and trying to run over to the health spirit. Like, does actually have a lot of health regen from that W, but there's the Glacial Prison coming in from Sejuani. Q knockup, they get the kill. Cataclysm goes down there. There might be a revenge kill for Man. Talon, meanwhile, got Ezreal in top lane. Wei still chasing, has a little bit of mana. Oh no, the EQ, the standard expired there from Man. And the knockup from Sejuani, so he can't quite get off of the spin shot. Just Sejuani gonna give up there after all of that juking. But Talon was still onto LeBlanc, chasing onto Raffle Stomp as well. Nice Seer stun, and he gets a kill.
yeah, and with all that action going on, purple team now being able to neutralize the blue team's midpoint. And if you did see from Lucari, bro, he was trying to use LeBlanc's passive mirror image as the mimic image of it would run away as if it was the real LeBlanc. Meanwhile, he would stand there as if he was the actual passive image. But it didn't work out in the end, Generic being able to read it and just able to land a bunch of burst damage. But we do see a nice burst onto Annie. Annie does go down in the end. Man's Man now being the focus. Man gets taken down in the end. Maokai as well. Now, Lucari Bro is caught in a really bad situation against Wei and Generic. Wei doing a lot of damage, putting a lot of slow. CC, just a couple of auto attacks, but Lucari Bro chugging that pot and able to deal some burst damage. But will they be able to kill? Yes, they
nice
do.
ult goes across there. And LeBlanc actually with a shutdown onto Brand as well. Really nice there. Survives because of the potion. The percentage HP shred from Brand's passive, and it wasn't quite enough. But Rage ZZZ does get the interrupt on this point. So it's going to be a slightly longer. There's an extra 2 or 3 Nexus health that they were able to deprive from the Nexus of DD Mercenaries.
Yep, we do see purple team now setting up another fight in the mid jungle area, and this is where I think Brandon Annie's combo is just gonna completely destroy them. And we do see Sejuani
Tibbers
going
and
up in the
Pyroclasm are both available right now.
Yeah, if Sejuani was there to land a Glacial Prison onto at least 4 of the members, there goes the Pyroclasm. It does kill Man's Man, but does not get the bounce onto William Swiftfoot. Ultimate being used by William Swiftfoot, reducing some of that AoE damage, but it's not enough as he gets taken down. Double kill onto Nighthawk. Meanwhile, LeBlanc gets taken down, and we do see the kill onto Ezreal from Rage ZZ. And LeBlanc, now being the last person alive, has to try and do her best to stop Rage ZZ and Nighthawk from capping, but Nighthawk dealing a lot of damage.
Oh
The distortion.
no, failed the distortion there. Has to flash away. Just trying to kill Tibbers. But
I would always
it looks
swear
like
LeBlanc's
it's on it.
distortion doesn't actually go through anything, or I'm just really bad at it.
Yeah, it doesn't go through that many things unless the enemy team is playing LeBlanc.
There should
Oh
be
no,
like
that's the wrong one! Alright, nice
think-
kill pick up on Annie there, but in Fallen, it's actually the gank onto Karma there. Way taken super low just by the minions, but they managed to get the kill onto Karma there pretty effectively. Way was taken down to about 80 HP, which for someone as tanky as Sejuani is pretty scary.
Yeah, way
Also,
being
we never commented on the fact that they're running Fallen by. Not something you see too often at all.
Well, bot lane Vi, it's something you don't usually see, but it is a very powerful bot lane. Has that Vault Breaker, deals a lot of damage as well as a slow, as well as the denting blows. It damages every third attack deals the additional damage and reduces the enemy armor. Plus,
We have a
Vi
fight
has
in the
that
middle
clear.
of the map. Pyroclast is coming across Maokai, the first one to fall. And LeBlanc probably going to get taken down. Ethereal Chains does connect, but the out of Brand is enough. No stun from Annie, but it doesn't matter. Triple kill for Generic.
Yeah, that jungle fight just showing the power of the Brand Annie combo as not I don't yeah, Pyroclasm was used. I'm not sure if they used it that fight, as well as Tibbers not being used. Probably Tibbers was down. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Tibbers was not down. Tibbers was not available from the previous fight over by the refinery, but Pyroclasm was used. And that's actually a 5 cap that they're going to be able to hold on for just a little bit here. Shouldn't be too long. LeBlanc with a shutdown onto Brand in the middle of the map. There's the assault and battery there. And more knockups and Man is in a lot of trouble here. He does actually get the kill on Vi, so one revenge kill, and LeBlanc coming in for another revenge kill. The two-shot barrage came across. Also, way completely out of mana right now. He is going to have to just walk away as fast as his walking speed allows him to. And Talon might actually be able to pick up LeBlanc. Just gonna ult there. Style points.
Yeah, there was just a lot of action going on that I can't even keep track of it. Like my mind's still blown at how the much action is going on. We do see Raffle picking up the midpoint again, so it's back it's back to the 3-2 cap, but blue team needs to make a play, otherwise this is not going to look good for them.
And Chaosis has been doing a great job of holding bot, but it's just not enough because even if two people are bot, and Sejuani coming back bot again will to try and make something happen yet again, we'll see if they can. Denning blows from Vi is there, and that's going to be the kill. Yeah, at this point, they're just a little bit too far ahead. Nyx is in the middle of two. There's two knockup onto Wei, and Nyx going to get Cataclysm and go down the hill over to Ezreal, actually. Wei running away. Does do a nice job of dodging the two-shot barrage, but LeBlanc stole the relic away. It's a double kill for Ezreal. But meanwhile, Ro16 is going to go back to the refinery. Not actually able to get a neutral, driving on his way to stop it.
Yeah,
But
we do
Wei
see
did have
Generic.
revive.
Yeah, and Generic being able to kill off Lucari Bro right there, trying to use that mirror image, but isn't having that much luck with it. Wei, Nighthawk, and Generic just showing the power of Brand, Annie, and Sejuani there. Just the amount of CC coming in from Sejuani, then the burst potential from both Generic and Nighthawk on Brand and Annie, just it melts everyone away, like really quick.
And speaking of melting, Draven taking a little bit of damage there, but not actually as much as you might expect from a Brand. And it's Brand who's in trouble. Exhaust goes down on Draven. Pillar of Flame across doing a bit, but Rage does not have his ult right now, and that might be cause for him to rage, as he is stuck 1 versus 4 on this fight right now. A nice cut throat across the W. Oh, not enough damage onto Man. Lead is there, and he should be able to pick up the kill. There's the Tibbers. Gets a stun onto another one. And they should be able to get the interrupt on Ezreal. Yeah, there's the interrupt. And he actually takes it really low. Gonna go down to LeBlanc. Wei is in the middle. Gets the kill onto Maokai. It's actually getting that kill. But Wei's still gonna try to 1 versus 2. He is so tanky right now, but he can't be quite tanky enough. And Ezreal does manage to pick him up. Chaos is still doing really, really well against Nyx and bot lane.
Yeah, Nyx just trying to do whatever Vi can, as he's gonna try and potentially go for the kill onto Chaosis, but here comes Generic coming in from behind. Chaosis caught in a really bad pit situation. BFT being used. Seer misses, but Pillar of Flame does not connect, but was able to pick up the kill with the conflagration from Brand.
And so Maokai coming over towards bot lane. Ezreal coming in, but being flanked by Sejuani and Annie both. He has to Arcane Shift away, gonna get knocked up by that Glacial Prison, or by that Arctic Assault, excuse me. Talon, meanwhile, with the kill onto LeBlanc in top lane. Rafflestorm just trying to make it back to well, but he can't. Just the auto attacks were enough there. And William Swift, but heals for a ton. Has the Vengeful Maelstrom, it's not enough. The Hexdrinker proc on it. Next, the Ignite is enough. Double kill for Annie, though. And he's trying to get over, can't get over. LeBlanc gets the shutdown there. Meanwhile, Sidrani over by the refinery, Talon over by the windmill. Brand drops no revive on anyone except for Wei. Wei on Vi does have revive, but I don't know that he's going to want to use it right now.
Nyx on Vi, not Wei.
Nope, yeah.
But
Oh, excuse me, Nyx on Vi. Yeah, he does actually want to pop that revive, getting over to Karma to interrupt. So nice job of him to hold the revive just to make sure that he actually didn't need to use it. And then once he realized he did, he just went ahead and used it. And now Cass is getting ganked yet again. Assault and battery. Wei making his way into the bot lane. Wei making his way. Chaos is in the middle of a lot of chaos. Goes down to Vi. It would make Jinx proud to see that much chaos.
yeah, Jinx would probably be pretty happy to see all of that and to see Vi actually. Oh no, wait, I forgot they're enemies to each other. But meanwhile,
I don't know if she hates Vi. Oh yeah, she hates Vi.
yeah, she hates Vi. They always cause trouble for each other. But meanwhile, in the mid fight, William Swiftfoot trying to. What I forgot. What is his route called? Twisted advance onto Tibbers, trying to escape, but does die in the end to the pillar flame. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Wei getting taken down pretty low. Nyx as well is pretty low right now. The tether from Karma is landed. Nice cube from Karma, getting the slow, but Nyx trying her best to try and get as much.
It's like a mirror of what we watched before between Sidrani and Jarvan the Fourth. And Nyx with a great juke going the other direction and then walking around in a circle. Wow, that was
A+.
That was amazing.
A+.
Managed to just walk back and forth until the wall breaker cooldown came back up, and then just went for it. Nighthawk. Nighthawk's okay.
Yeah, now in the bot lane, we do see Chaos is trying to take on Generic. Generic not connecting with the Seer to get the stun, but does connect. And here comes Wei. Wei now landing the Arctic Assault, and Chaos is caught in a really bad situation and gets taken down by Sejuani. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, William Swiftfoot pretty low, but Rage does get the last strike onto him. Meanwhile, he does get taken down by Man's Jarvan. And Nighthawk now forced to sit in the back and wait for his team to respawn.
Yeah, kind of interrupt Nyx a little bit there with the True Shot Barrage, but other than that, there's not too much Raffleslam can do by himself, and the ult comes in from Bran, gets the kill on the steps into the well. That slow-moving projectile. It was so sad. Oh, and Annie not with the kill onto LeBlanc, just barely unable to get that.
If Nighthawk had used the BFT on LeBlanc there,
yeah,
LeBlanc would have died.
Gotten the kill.
But meanwhile, Nyx taking on Chaos. Chaos is pretty low. The Seer does not connect, neither does the Q from Karma. But William Swiftfoot now being the target, Seer connects. Sapling is thrown, but it won't find Generic, and Generic makes it out with, what, about 200 HP, so not that low. But Nyx doing her best to stop Chaos. Does not have that Assault and Battery yet. So they're just going to be holding this 3-cap down at the bot lane, but blue team has to figure something. That distortion not connecting with anyone, probably unsure where her distortion was going to go, but we do see Rage jumping in onto Lucario bro and is now forced to use that distortion away from each other. But Nyx now going onto Chaos. Chaos is still using that tether. Really nice play from Chaos, using the tether and the Inspire shield to gain that movement speed to keep away. But that is going to be game as Purple Team takes it 324-0.
So Sofonda Cox with a nice victory there over GD Mercenaries. Well played. They won the windmill fight, I want to say 4-for-1, and were able to just capitalize off that. It was great karma play in the ball lane from from Chaos's. Great karma play from Chaos's, but the camp and Nyx and Wei together were just able to keep a lid on that, I guess. And in the top part of the map, despite the fact that Wei was roaming down so much, Sofonda was still able to maintain their lead. And so those things together added up to a nice victory for Sofonda. So we'll throw it over to Gander to look at the post-game stats.
Yeah, showing the items there and all that good stuff on the screen. Generic had a really good game with Brand. He went 3-1 on his KDR, which is always nice. KDR means kills to deaths ratio. So for every one time that he was alive, he had 3 kills. So 3-1. That's how that reads. And that's really solid, especially in competitive play. So that was really nice. Generic and Half Heart are both players that get brand banned away from them because of how effective he is as a champion, how effective they are as players with them. Take a look at the damage dealt to champions. We have Generic's brand out in front, 30k almost, 20, no, not even almost 30k. It's only 29.2. So he's got a little way to go before we can round up that high. Can't give him an extra 700 damage. That's not okay, man. Someone will complain about that on the forums, and it's no good. Take a look at time spent dead. Graveyard Hero, surprisingly, Maokai. Maokai is usually the one that lives the longest, but he also tends to last stand 1v however many people he's playing against. So that tends to be the reasons why he's dead. Yeah, sure, he delays for a monumental amount of time, but he also sometimes is the last stand sort of dude. We're going to throw to a commercial real quick, and then we'll bring the next game out to you.